Blizzard conditions continue this morning across western New York. At some point, we promise it's going to ease up. However, that's very slowly. Again, the winds will eventually die down over the next day or so. Today, though, some areas continue to be slammed by lake effect snow. Those high winds, the bitter cold temperatures. Enduring it all is 2 on your side's Rob Hackford. He is live in Kenmore this morning with a look at how things are there. Rob, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Heather. Not much different from what we've been reporting on for the past 24 hours. Hard to believe at this point that these conditions have lasted for that long, but it's continuing. Whipping wind, the snow really building up in spots. I can see a couple drifts over here that are easily waist high at this point. It just goes to show what the conditions are like here in Kenmore, across the city of Buffalo, Cheektowaga as well, some of these high impacted areas that we heard from the county about earlier. They've shut down emergency services, as we've reported, in those hard hit areas because crews just can't get through. Their trucks are getting stuck. Fire trucks, emergency vehicles aren't able to surpass anything that you see around me, let alone anybody that's going out and getting stranded almost immediately, or hundreds of vehicles that have been stuck there overnight as well. Dan Neverth, the Emergency Services Commissioner for Erie County, spoke about what they're planning to do or are going to be attempting to do over the next day or so to try and get roads a little better off, but only for emergency vehicles at this point.
The number one priority now is to get the first response community back up and running, to get those primary lanes open. And by primary, I mean to and from hospitals. Key routes is what our focus is going to be for the course of the day today. And those key routes do not mean individuals should be out on the roads. Those key routes are for first responders and for people that need to get to and from the hospital, as well as employees that we're going to be working with.
Yeah, primary route, for example, Delaware Avenue, potentially 20A, those routes, ones around Mercy Hospital, ECMC, and so on. Now, we're hearing from across the area as well. Town of Evans crews have been inundated with some of the snow. The band has shifted a little north, but they were telling me earlier, and they want to remind folks that if you do have a vent on the side of your house for a furnace, to check that. Make sure it's clear that there isn't a drift of snow blocking that. That can cause a risk of carbon monoxide poisoning inside your home. So something to check on. Just make sure you are looking out for your neighbors as well. If they are elderly, that's another recommendation from the county and officials. Or just asking you to stay home, make sure you're warm, and just checking out for your fellow Buffalonians in a tough situation like this where it's just been unrelenting. Heather?
Yeah, absolutely. Two on your sides, Rob Hackford reporting live from Kenmore. Rob, thank you very much for all of your hard work over the past 24 hours or so.